What's going on, Z Nation, and welcome to another edition of ZSPN. I'm your host, Zaid here, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and the head coaching search for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, before anything, like always, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. Now, as of today, I just got notifications about Frank Vogel, former head coach for the Indiana Pacers and the Orlando Magic, is going to get a second interview with the Los Angeles Lakers after leaving a strong impression in his first interview. I believe it was on a Thursday, just a day after the whole Tyronn Lue situation that went down with the Los Angeles Lakers, which, by the way, I really thought that the Los Angeles Lakers would have given him a good contract and would have signed him by now, but unfortunately both sides didn't agree, and somehow front office's influence came about when it came to that sort of situation, like the whole Kurt Rambis situation and the I guess the front office influence, and somehow putting some influences in Jeannie Buss's ear when it comes to that sort of situation of just hiring Tyronn Lue. But unfortunately, it didn't work out, and that, as of right now, they are, back to square one when it comes to head coaching jobs. And as of right now, Frank Vogel is so far making a strong impression with the Los Angeles Lakers, and they're going to give him another second interview. So I'm not sure when, but I believe it's going to start possibly next week when it comes to that sort of second interview with Frank Vogel. So other than that, if I had to really give my thoughts about Frank Vogel, he's the type of guy, he is a good coach. I mean, let's just be honest here. I mean, this is the same guy during his times with the Indiana Pacers, took to two straight Eastern Conference Finals when it came to the postseason during his times with the Indiana Pacers, and it kind of shows that he is a good coach when it comes to that. And I just have to say, he's also good when it comes to developing young players. I mean, we should also look at Paul George during his times there. I mean, he really developed certain players like Paul George to the best of their ability, to the point that he is now an all-star / superstar caliber player. So and honestly, he was in the conversation of being an MVP caliber player, but unfortunately, it is basically what it is. And I just honestly have to say, Frank Vogel has the capability of developing young players, and we do have young players of our own like Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, and also Lonzo Ball. I mean, he can also help players develop defensively, and also help them scoring, making shots, and stuff like that. I kind of see Frank Vogel as a good candidate, but there are plethora of other candidates that the Lakers are looking at, like Mike Woodson and also Lionel Hollins. And they might revisit the whole Jason Kidd situation. And me personally, guys, I know there's some Laker fans out there don't really want Jason Kidd when it comes to the head coaching job. But in all honesty, guys, during his times with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets, I mean, he really showed that he can coach, and he did lead them in a couple of playoff runs at times. But at the end of the day, if they do decide to revisit the whole Jason Kidd situation, then I believe that they should consider that. And honestly, guys, I really have no problem with Jason Kidd being in the conversation of the next head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers, okay? He's the type of guy who can get along with certain players, and including somebody like LeBron James, who he has a lot of respect for. And honestly, he did put out there that he would love to coach the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James. I mean, if you have that opportunity, then go for it. And I believe they might revisit that, but somehow, if it doesn't, I believe somebody like Frank Vogel is somebody that the Lakers are going to look at. And I mean, obviously, they're going to give him a second interview, so they saw something in him that he left a strong impression of. So we might see that. But other than that, there's other coaches, like I mentioned. They might also going to interview somebody of a Lionel Hollins, who I don't really think they're going to really look in too much into this, because he's the type of guy who's sort of an old school type of coach. I mean, he's not a player's coach or anything like that. He does know how to coach, I mean, but at the same time, I just think he's probably out of touch when it comes to today's NBA. So we might see an interview from him, but at the end of the day, Frank Vogel and maybe Jason Kidd is basically the top two contenders for the job, because I don't really see anybody else going to be getting close to the Lakers job. So it's either Frank Vogel or Jason Kidd. It has to pick between those two. But other than that, it's going to be very interesting to see where the Lakers are going to be looking at when it comes to the Lakers' job for the head coaching job. It still remains to be seen who will that be. Please, guys, comment down below. Give me your thoughts about the potential coaches who might be getting the head coaching job for the Los Angeles Lakers. Is it Frank Vogel? Is it Jason Kidd? Because there has been a couple of interviews that I've saw from like certain ESPN shows, like the Herb, with Arash Markazi. He brought up the potential prediction of where the Lakers are going to be heading after the whole Tyronn Lue situation, and he basically brought up Jason Kidd will be the next head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. And like I said, I have no problem with that, because the guy can't coach, but at the same time, if he's capable enough of coaching somebody like LeBron James, then I think he should be considered for the job. But then there's also Frank Vogel. So, and I really think those two are the top contenders for the head coaching job for the Lakers. And if somehow Frank Vogel gets the job, then I have no problem with it, honestly. And if it's Jason Kidd, then I have no problem with that either. But other than that, guys, if somehow the Rambuses comes out of nowhere and say, you know what, you should add on Jason Kidd to your staff, I really think that's going to happen, because honestly, they want Jason Kidd to be part of the Lakers staff, is coaching staff, which is so weird. But at the end of the day, if something does happen when it comes to the Jason Kidd potentially getting the head coaching job, then he might consider Frank Vogel. I mean, it's kind of weird, because the Lakers just wants a head coach to be part of a coaching staff once they hire a head coach. So, and I kind of see where they're going at with this, but at the end of the day, it still remains to be seen who will be that next head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. And please comment down below, give me your thoughts about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy.